Hello and welcome to Sorority. I'm your storyteller, Becca Scott, and with me I have Gina DeVivo, Surena Marie, and Krystina Arielle. Here's what happened last episode on Sorority. As you enter the dining room, it is in stark contrast to the chaos of the kitchen. This hall is quiet. It is tense. There are people seated at the table, and there is an eeriness to the fact that no one is speaking. A long table stretches down this hall, and this eclectic collection of guests are sitting on opposite sides of the long table. You see faces that are familiar to you. On one side is Arachne, looking down forlornly at her soup, but then as soon as the door swings open, she sees the three of you and grins, waving at you unabashedly. Beside her is her amnesiac nurse, Winifred, who looks at you with confusion. And to her right is Mr. Prynne, the lawyer, who met you
oh my gosh,
outside, but he is not as he was before. The flesh of his face is a mottled greenish color with bits of it hanging off. The places where you saw the chandelier bits impale him and bleed him out, those are just open flesh, just flapping. No more blood drips from them, as if those wounds have never healed but happened long ago. And his eyes are white, his tongue lolls out of his mouth. He is lapping up the soup that was put in front of him, but his hands seem to be tied to the chair, so it's kind of made a bit of a mess. Like he's trying to eat as a normal person, but it's not really working. And then across from them, on the other side of the table, there's the prince of this palace, Dexter Havelock himself, who turns slowly to see what everyone's looking at, and he still hasn't turned all the way around. By the time you notice, behind him stands his guardian, his watcher, his faithful black knight, standing at attention, who does not turn to look at you. His grim sword is held in front of him, with the tip between his feet, in the same position where you first saw him, mistaking him for a coat of arms. To Dexter's left is the enigmatic Dora, who you recognize. In essence, the body that sits in the chair is composed of stitched together animal parts, yet the head is the woman you saw in the flashbacks, which I believe just Violet saw.
Yep.
You see the beautiful face of a woman, medium brown skin, full lips, gold jewelry adorning her face, but the body sitting in the chair is that of the Tigenstein's monster, the chimera, the monstrosity that fought you quite recently, but didn't seem to have maintained her wits. And the thing that takes your breath away is who you see in the opposite end of the room, at the end of the table. A man who sits tall and proud in his chair. His chest is broad. His face is a little too angular. It's gone past the point of handsome, but it is efficient. It is stark. It is severe, as are the eyes that follow you and pierce into you. But it's not just that they see you. It's as if he sees through each of you, as if someone is peering into your soul and you are standing there naked, not in clothing, but in persona. And when he peers at each of you, It provokes a roll of sanity for feeling so incredibly vulnerable, as if anything he were commanding you to do in that moment, you would be tempted to do.
Now that you're caught up, let's get right back into where we left off.
Success from Enid.
Hard success.
Hard success from Violet.
Fail.
A fail from Beulah.
I don't mean to be presumptuous, but Beulah's looking around the table and she's seeing all these people who at different times we thought had expired, and she's just wondering if perhaps there's anybody else at the table that might be there.
You see 3 empty chairs and no one else seated at the table. And you notice this because you can see very clearly, as when the master looks into your eyes, you are compelled to take 2 jolting steps towards him. And then this feeling of your feet moving without your permission, it's just off, and you lose another 3 points of sanity, as it feels like your body's moving without your control.
Is this the man who owned the flintlock?
Yes. Mm-hmm. You feel that the second you look at him. You heard his voice before, and, well, you understand that the second you hear him speak. And he says, Well. Our most anticipated guests have at last arrived. Please, have a seat.
Can I move, or am I still having issues?
Your feet bring you to the closest chair to the master, sitting beside Dora. The other 2 empty seats are on the opposite end of the table. There's one open next to Dexter and another next to Arachne. Who would like to sit next to Dexter and who Arachne? You have your feet under you a little more because you succeeded on those sanity rolls.
I know that because I know we both had a good relationship with both, so I'm like, okay, like where would you want to sit? Do you have a preference?
I don't.
Okay, I don't either. I'm gonna jump on this grenade and go, I sit next to Dexter.
Cute. Okay. You sit next to Dexter. I'll sit with Arachne.
Welcome. Please, enjoy your meal. This is an occasion to celebrate. We have the whole family gathered. There are dishes of every variety in front of you. Not just the beautiful things that you saw Chef Tremodo cooking, but things of every description. Name your favorite food.
Oh gosh, chicken tacos.
There are chicken tacos aplenty. They are covered in red and green sauce. There is a guacamole on the side. What else?
So many pastas.
Every pasta imaginable. I have been loving a rigatoni.
I love a cacio e pepe.
I read that for the first
chili
time.
spaghetti. Oh,
Ooh, yes.
Italian and
with
Midwest.
carbonara with bits of bacon in it. Ooh,
poutine.
Poutine.
Because we got
Yes,
French fries with gravy.
Krystina, I know.
I am going to have some of their bucatini. However, for me primarily, I just look down and it feels like slow music starts playing in my head. And I just see that beautiful brown, lightly golden coating of a smothered pork chop with gravy dripping off the sides with a biscuit. Not even mashed potatoes, but a side perfectly seasoned grits.
Oh, I love grits so much.
So buttery. That's what heaven looks like to me. Butter, salt, pepper.
Whoa.
Every type of grits imaginable is on this table. You sit down. Who digs in?
I place the strawberry and rhubarb pie down the way as far away from Arachne as possible so that she doesn't eat my spit.
Okay, so when you come in, you're
very
going to have to, before you take your seat, walk to the end where the master's sitting at the head of the table.
I would love that. I would love to get a nice whiff of this man.
Ooh, yeah, you whiff him. What are you trying to pick up?
I mean, we've not met this man yet in person. Have we? Did we see him?
Well,
For
I have
real?
not.
No, we haven't
We've seen him in
person.
paintings.
Yeah, but this is the first time like he's sitting in front of us. So yeah, I would like to get as close to this being as possible to assess. Like we got closer to the chef and he's made of dough. We get closer to the knight and he's not a man. We get like we seem to have gotten more information the closer we've gotten to our enemies. So she's
For spot hidden, if you will.
great. That's an 8. That's an extreme success.
With an extreme success, you lean down to set the pie in an open space just in front of him. And as you do, a ruffle of your shirt sleeve brushes against him and through his wrist.
Yes. I think that, Enid doesn't know what to do with that information, but it makes her so delighted because there are so many different forms of spirits here. This one's not corporeal. That makes no sense. Oh my gosh. Okay. Fantastic.
And
Okay.
give me a roll for power.
3.
Oh my gosh.
He
Extreme success.
looks at you when you brush
you,
through him as if he felt you and looks at you with those piercing eyes, and you can tell he's trying to stop you in your tracks the same way that he did to Beulah, and you don't feel affected by it. You can walk back to your seat.
Oh,
You see him.
yes. The best thing you can do to annoy a person is ignore them.
Absolutely. Like he sees you cause him to fluster.
Yeah.
Ghost or not, he looks corporeal in the room. It was only by the extreme success with which you brushed into him that led you to know otherwise, but his cheeks flush with the fury of someone with anger issues.
Yeah. Okay, so he's not here, maybe. Okay, so Enid goes back to her seat with a smile.
And Violet has in her hands the ratatouille, a large dish.
Great.
There's a few spaces in the very middle of the table. You'd have to lean down. In fact, I have a little. Here's the table placement.
Oh, I see.
So let's see. That empty one on the top left is Beulah. On the bottom left is Violet. And on the bottom right is Enid. So you'd need to either lean between like Winifred and Arachne or Dora and Dexter to place your ratatouille. And you are on the side next to Dexter.
So it would make sense, I think, to lean. I'm going to lean between Dexter and Arachne. Or no.
It's good to, they're on opposite sides. So you're next to Dexter. As you lean past Dexter, he says, there you are, my little inventor.
Hi, Dexter. Do you like ratatouille?
It is my favorite. Would you like to feed it to me?
What do I get if I feed you?
Anything you want. You could come back to my apartments for a time. I've been tinkering with a machine that could lift entire cities off the ground. Just the schematics, of course.
Wait. Lift an entire city. That's interesting. Can you tell me more?
Oh, yes. And he starts sketching on a napkin on the table, which he just pulled like a paintbrush up from his big billowing out of this time period sleeve.
A whole paintbrush, a whole scroll.
Beulah, you were are seated next to Dora, with the face of a woman and the body of gorilla, dolphin, stingray, many a wild animal part.
Any hornets in the mouth left?
Do you ask her something to see if she opens her mouth?
Good evening, Dora. How is your night?
It's getting better by the second. I'm not feeling myself exactly. You'll have to pardon me for any, the attacks that I made on you and your friends.
All is forgiven.
Great. Shall we have a slice of pie over it? Strawberry rhubarb.
Oh, darling, listen. I didn't want to say anything. I'm pretty sure I saw that it's not strawberry. It might actually be blood mixed in with that, just because it was supposed to be like a meat pie, but it was an undercooked meat pie, so I don't actually think that's strawberry. I think that might just be a little bit of maybe blood with parts in it.
Blood with parts in it. And you see Dora goes straight for it. Mr. Print across the table also heard you, just goes face down into the pie, which was placed kind of in front of him.
Oh, nope. Guess it was just regular strawberries. My misunderstanding.
Dora managed to get a handful of the pie using her gorilla arm. So a hand.
That's a hand.
Yeah. A beautiful hand.
A beautiful gorilla hand.
Beautiful gorilla hand.
Yeah.
And is eating it and says, I'm ravenous, excuse me. How has the rest of your day been?
I believe the term is interesting. I feel we've seen some things, and yourself. How's your day?
Enough! And the master speaks, silencing everyone at the table. Arachne had just turned to you, Enid, and was grasping your arm and was excitedly telling you before everyone was silenced. There is no speaking at my dinner table.
You're talking now.
I enjoy dining in silence.
That's sad.
That's better. Now, in this quiet time, you have a moment to sample some of the foods in front of you. Mm-hmm. Foods that don't seem to be like other things. They're labeled, some of them. Let's start with Violet. Did you try the chicken tacos?
Sure, yes.
When you do, you feel strong.
Oh.
And like you want to punch something?
Great.
You have this urge, like, if anybody were to cross you, you could lay them out.
Great. I think that Violet feels like that inside a lot, and so now it's coming to the surface.
It is bubbling up. Is there anything else you taste? In front of you there are various cheeses. There is a plate of biscuit, like a shortbread cookie. There's meat pies on the other end of the table, which I'm sure someone could pass. And then various vegetable dishes.
So I think that with the fact that I had a chicken taco and did not simply perish, I believe that the food is safe. So I'm going to not only eat the chicken taco, but I would like to eat a meat pie, a shortbread cookie, and 3, I don't know, are there empanadas?
Oh, there are definitely empanadas.
Great, I would like to have those as well.
Okay, so you had a meat pie, a cookie, and an empanada. The meat pie, we'll see.
Okay.
The cookie, as soon as you actually drop it first, and you have to reach to pick it up, and when you do, your arm continues to stretch in a way that you didn't have to get up out of the chair, and your arm just reached like 5 feet, and then it pops right back. Feels like a normal arm. You wiggle it again.
Interesting.
It was when you needed something that was out of reach. Beulah, what are you going to eat?
It is my greatest pet peeve to have food not taste like you think food is going to taste. It's not a pet peeve. It just makes me sad So I have my plate with my smothered pork chop, my grits, my corn, a little cream corn on the side. I'm very excited about it. I'm gonna take a bite of this smothered pork chop. Please tell me it is seasoned and delicious.
It is so mouth-wateringly perfect. Thinking back to all of the meals prepared at all of the events and the debutante balls and those grand ballrooms, the food was always so-so. And this exceeds your wildest dreams for the smothered pork chop and grits. And you gain 1d4 of sanity. Can you roll that for me?
Oh, that's great.
Oh, 4.
You gain 4 sanity. That puts you back up to full, right?
-1, right?
Great. Perfect. Enid.
Enid's not feeling so hungry. What she is doing is she's fixed herself a plate, something runny, liquidy. She grabs one of the pastas that has a rich, dark, yummy sauce.
Yeah, it's a deep red sauce.
Yeah, and she has been slowly dipping her finger in the sauce, and on the napkin on her lap, she has been writing to Arachne. Sweet little, like, at first just a hi, showing Arachne with a finger to her lips, as this is a secret. And she is writing, and once Arachne hopefully has her attention.
Arachne has been staring at her this whole time, just watching her every move. Like, she wants to speak, but doesn't want to upset the master.
And so over and over, she is writing messages. Hello, glad you're safe. Hide and seek. And then she writes, where's the master hiding? You're the best at this game, Arachne. ?
She just starts whispering to you. He's right there.
And Enid doesn't speak, but shakes her head. No.
He said that this is a special night. It's a night to celebrate me. I'm so excited. There's gonna be a surprise.
She just over and over again keeps writing question marks on her napkin while staring at Arachne.
I don't know anymore. I just know there's gonna be a surprise for me.
I grab her sweet little hand.
Arachne, what is that you're saying?
Great uncle, I just was telling my friend that you're celebrating me today.
He leans back smugly in his chair and says, yes, well, why wait? I've finished my meal. And you see his plate is untouched, and he taps a napkin to the corners of his mouth. Let's let the festivities begin. And behind a wall, a red curtain slides open. There are curtains lining all the walls. One would assume there was just windows behind there. It didn't seem strange, but now you see that there was a stage concealed on one side behind Arachne and Enid's side of the table. And there it reveals a horrifying mechanism. There is fluid pulsing through tubes. Electricity sparks between Tesla coils. And amidst the swirl of steel and glass are 2 beds. One is adult-sized, and one is fit for a child. Winifred, would you please lead Arachne to her place of importance? And Winifred, looking startled and confused, sets down the sandwich she was eating and pulls back Arachne's chair and says, come on, sweetheart, it's time to go. And gently leads her up to the stage as she waves excitedly to you, Enid, and says, this is it.
I think Enid, I imagine Enid would immediately stand to like walk with her, like escorts the child with Winnie and like does not want to let go of this child's hand.
Yeah, and as you do, you feel she holds onto your hand excitedly and starts pulling you up to the stage with her. And you feel sort of a rumble in your belly from that pasta with that heavy, heavy red sauce with small bits of like what you thought was pepper in it. And it's like something fiery. The worst indigestion you've ever felt is creeping up your esophagus, and as you open your mouth to speak to Arachne, a small burst of fire springs forth.
Cool. Wow! What a machine you have there. What an amazing machine, Leopold. Did you make that? Or Dexter, did you make this?
This is, I did assist my father in the creation of his greatest feat.
I see. Do we know if it? I mean, I know that you'd have to try it to see if it works, but have you?
Oh, he's been trying it.
Yes.
For centuries.
Can I look at it closer?
Sure. You get up from your chair and you walk to the stage and walk around it. The master has also slowly stood from his chair and walked over. Beulah, what are you doing in this time?
Oh, Beulah is quite livid, for lack of a better term. And she's trying to be wise about this. But there's just something about her tongue and her southern nature. Now, I know good and doggone well, Leopold, you better not be moving that thing to mess with that baby. You trying to steal that baby's life force?
One cannot steal what already belongs to them.
I open my mouth and I try to burp on all of the stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stuff and I'm trying to unplug and
I'm trying to light it on fire with my mouth.
Yeah. The scientific
burn
method,
it down.
The fire method.
Yeah, okay, so Arachne is pulling you with her hand, walking closer to the stage, pulling Enid. Violet, you were making a beeline straight towards all of the stuff. And did you say you were also going to the stage and the mechanical equipment? Or you were just speaking to Leopold directly?
I'm talking to that man directly.
Yeah.
Great. He turns to face you, Beulah, the master, as you were on the opposite side of this table, and so he's in your way. You'd have to go around the table to get to the stage. Violet, you are on the side next to Dexter, and as you stand and start to move towards the stage, Dexter says, "Stop her," and the Black Knight comes behind you and spins you around by the shoulder. And you, Enid, are stopped as well by Mr. Prynne, who flips backwards in his chair, breaking the wood and breaking his binds, and grabs you by the ankles, starts to pull your leg to his teeth. And Winifred grabs Arachne away protectively.
Great.
You believe that you have the power to stop me? It is my right to take this body so that I may again have a corporeal form.
Let's unpack that. Beulah pulls out her glasses and she sits down next to Leopold. Now, Leopold, can you just go with me here? When did this obsession start?
I don't have time for this, though I do have an eternity. I have no need to tell you anything. You soon will be just another sprite flying through my walls.
Okay, and I understand that. But what was it that ultimately sent you down this path? Can you give us a little more information on that? And she's using her psychoanalysis, which she is extremely adept in.
Yeah, give me a roll for psychoanalysis.
Love me, dice. If you love me, dice, I will love you back.
What happened?
Why you look so sad?
What's up?
Why you confused?
What? Oh, wait.
What happened?
Is that hawk? No, I don't know what that is.
No, it's 10.
10! Incredible. Okay. Is that an extreme success?
That is an extreme success. Now, back to what we were talking about.
You, as my surviving relatives, must be here for the transfer. How difficult is that to understand?
Oh, no, darling. It's not that I'm having the trouble understanding. I'm just not understanding why, if you already possess this ability to be here, to have all your relatives, even your distant relatives here in this property, why do you need to take the essence from this baby?
And Dora, who was sitting right behind you, just reaches out with, I think she has a stingray fin on the side where you are, and just kind of like swats at you, side swiping with her whole stingray fin. Lucky you, because you don't want to get stuck with the pokey end. And give me a dodge roll. This is half of your dexterity, so 25 for you.
12.
Yeah, you're able to fall flat to the floor and miss it from Dora as her head says, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to, but I can't really control all of these animal parts and they seem to wanna. She stands up and the chair flies back behind her and the gorilla hand smashes the platters in front of her on the table. Come for you. She starts walking forward.
I have an active zombie on my leg.
Yeah, I feel like you need to go. I'm just being held by like the knight, but also Dexter's there.
I didn't know if you were already. Oh, you're held by the knight.
I'm held by the knight, but I don't have an active zombie gnawing on me. I'm just being held, some might say cradled by the knight. I feel like I'm okay.
Yeah, okay. Then I want to spit on his face with my fire.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. You open your mouth and you feel like you kind of have a little bit of control over what's happening. Give me a roll for Constitution to see.
Oh, I'm going to push.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So I open my mouth and the fire in my throat starts to make me scared again. And I kind of, for a second, almost dissociate into the pain as the heartburn hits the part of my body that holds the most trauma in my throat. And I'm attempting to control that fear and that pain as I feel like I'm choking again. And I'm going to spend 5 luck points to succeed.
Okay, you do. You also lose 1 sanity as it burbles up past your scar tissue, but you do breathe fire right into the face of Mr. Pren. Did you want to do something else?
No, I was going to say, am I allowed to spend luck on a push?
I'll allow it.
Okay, great. I was like, I want to check.
You lose 1 sanity in the process, but this is bigger than the little test fire just when you opened your mouth to start to speak. This has intention behind it, and even though it is moving through the most vulnerable parts of you, metaphysically and physically, you have this huge burst of dragon flame. You feel... it doesn't burn your mouth. You're magically immune to it because it's coming from you. And this food was designed for specific purposes, to do specific things. Tremoto is not your typical cook. And he would never serve you food that he thought might hurt you. You think these thoughts about him as a spray of fire lights up Mr. Pren, starts in his face, and his whole body, his clothes, his decayed suit, all lights up in flame and just sort of at a speed that doesn't make sense, just starts to like burn like paper when it lit. It just desiccated form. And there's just a pile of bones in front of you. The fire burns out quickly.
Oh my God. You know what? Enid's fine with it.
Yeah, you don't have to roll for sanity for that. That was a zombie eating your
there's
foot.
a zombie eating my leg. I'm fine.
Violet.
He wasn't that delightful when he was not a zombie.
Sweaty, so moist. That's the only fact I remember. So the Black Knight has Violet, but Dexter is there, yes?
Dexter's still seated, yes.
So I'd like to yell to Dexter, Dexter, we're friends. What has your father ever done for you? What has he ever done to help you? He keeps you in this room with no one, so lonely. If you said that you would do anything if I stayed, right? If I stayed, would you have the Black Knight help your, I don't know, Arachne?
Oh, my great, I don't know what.
She's just a child. She deserves to see the sunshine. And you and I, we can just build. We can just make things. We can just, I can be in your quarters and we can just design the most amazing things together. You and I, Dexter, I'll stay here if you help.
Oh, Violet, that is all I've ever dreamed of. You would do that with me? Stay here in this house forever just to be with me? He languidly lays back over the back of his chair, the thought just rolling around in it. And could you please roll for charm?
Great. I forgot that we were able to use points to allocate. So I allocated my persuasion up.
Oh, great.
So I did that. Oh, and Jesus Christ. I'm going to push.
Okay.
Was it going to be bad? Oh gosh, by the skin of my teeth. Success.
Okay. That sounds so lovely. And he, it seems to be in the blink of an eye to you, but you are in this seat behind him, or rather, there was like a chaise lounge in the corner, and you and he are lying upon it.
Jesus Christ, no, that's not what I wanted. I didn't want this.
In the spooning position, you're the little spoon. And
that's really surprising to me that I'm the little spoon, but continue, yes.
And the knight is standing beside you, like above the two of you, just standing back in his default position, no longer aggressing in any way. Is this what you wanted?
Well, remember when we had the conversation about friendship and what friends do? They let each other have, what is it? Not accountability, the other word.
Autonomy.
Autonomy.
Yes.
It is. There's a lot of, oh, wow, you're so warm.
You're so pretty.
Thank you.
He strokes your hair.
So good. That's as good for me.
But when you say autonomy, he does, you're not like being held in place. He says, oh, yes, coy, and pulls his arm that was wrapped around you off of you.
I'm happy that he did that. I would like to give him a little smoochie on the forehead because we are being good to each other, and I'd like to run to the stage still.
I'm going to love that. Yes. You can help her, my love, and then you come back to my rooms.
Okay. And I'm beelining it. It's like I barely heard him.
Arachne is being strapped by Winifred into the smaller of the two beds, and she looks like excited but concerned, like a kid who is receiving a surprise or is maybe experiencing something new and is not so sure, is looking to Winifred for comfort. So the master is moving towards the stage as well, unimpeded. He's sort of like, he doesn't even need to take the stairs. He just sort of like steps on the air to get up and moves over and lays down on the bed and instructs Winifred to start buckling him in as well. And he needs her to do certain things. He's starting to call out to Winifred. She's at the controls. Dexter is controlling the Black Knight, and when you rolled to successfully charm Dexter, the Black Knight is just standing at attention at this moment. The master is going to speak to Dexter. I want you to roll oppose because this was kind of like you are controlling Dexter, as is the master. So this is going to be a power roll.
Okay. I fail.
The Black Knight steps forward. And Dexter says, "No, darling, no. Violet is my love. Let her do what she wishes." And the Black Knight steps forward towards you and throws you over his shoulder, completely ignoring Dexter, and starts walking towards the stage.
That's where I wanted to go.
Stands beside the master and holds you upside down, looking at him. And as your face comes very close to his, as he's lying strapped, he says, "My beautiful, beautiful child, it will be fun to have you here. You will bend to my will eventually, so submit now."
Absolutely not. No. I'm just so mad being upside down.
Okay, then the three of you get to act once more.
Okay.
Enid has ideas.
Yes, I think the moment that they're both strapped in and I see that the knight is not on our side anymore and that Winnie is at the helm of this machine, I address the master and Leopold.
Why does it have to be Arachne? Why her life force?
I suppose that's a very good point. Are you going to volunteer?
Yes.
Oh. Winifred, we have a willing participant. Enid would like to be my latest vessel. She's much wiser. Yes, he's sizing you up.
Mm-hmm.
This will do nicely.
I face scarier than you.
From behind you, Dora,
Yeah.
the stingray gorilla woman, grabs you as Winifred is untying Arachne, and they do a switch.
Yeah.
You're now on the bed. You're being tied down.
Okay, I'm buying time and trying to explain to Arachne that this is I think she just starts saying this isn't a good importance.
I thought it was my special day.
You want a better, longer special day. After today, if you do your special day right now, you don't get any more special days. So I'm going to do this special day for you so that you can have more special days for the rest of your life. And she's just sort of panicking.
But this was mine. The Black Knight's even here. I know his rhyme. In armor black, the knight does stride. A curse bound deep he cannot hide. His blade alone, the fated key to end his reign and set him free.
I love this little girl.
As I'm being dangled in front of the master. I'm sorry. If you're going to go into the body of Enid, Enid has some very unusual physiology. No offense, Enid. And I have to inspect her, and to make sure if she's going to be a proper vessel for you, I should be able to help that. This machine was designed for a child, correct? You'd have to recalibrate it.
What qualifications do you have?
Oh my god, no, I am one of the emerging minds of this century.
Let's see about that. And he places a palm on your forehead.
Mm-hmm.
Roll for intelligence.
Okay. Here's the thing. I am going to roll intelligence, but my qualifications are as mechanical repair and operate heavy machinery, which is way higher than my intelligence, so.
Yeah, you can roll mechanical repair for this. Okay. He puts his palm on your forehead and senses your skill.
Wow, that's deeply disappointing. I'm going to push.
Okay.
It's going to be, fingers crossed. Okay, great. That is it is a regular success.
Okay. With a flick of his chin, he instructs the knight to put you down, who drops you kind of in a heap. And you're able to scrabble up, and no one is stopping you from going to the control panel where all of these vials and liquids and tubes are leading, and these sort of pumps and armatures, and like those accordions for a fireplace.
Thank you so much, Leopold. You know, if I'm going to live here, you have to trust my expertise. So let's dive into this machine.
You are adjusting. Give me one more roll for mechanical, and then Beulah, tell me what you're doing.
So Beulah remembers that she has her little bag, and she hears the rhyme from Arachne. What's the facial mask situation of the knight?
It's a full
out
mask. Yeah. With like a black iron grate in the front, but you see just eyes peering out that are red pinpricks.
All right. So Beulah is going to walk over to the knight, and she is going to take out the hot sauce from her bag.
Swag.
And she pulls out the bottle. She takes the top off. She looks up. She looks at the knight's hands holding the sword. She looks at the knight. She looks at the knight's hands holding the sword. And she just starts throwing and shaking the hot sauce at him like it's holy water. And just baptizing him in the spirit of the sauce.
The spirit of the sauce. Yeah.
Just as much as possible, just enough to get him upset to the point that he possibly drops his sword.
Okay. Roll for luck, because you are flinging hot sauce on the hands of an Iron Knight.
And the eyeballs.
Oh, in his eyes?
Yeah, I'm going through the slats.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood. Okay, yes. Then just give me, that's dexterity for you to like flick the hot sauce in the correct place. Or throw if you have throw.
The power of sauce compels you. So that's a 50, so 21.
That's a hard success.
Yeah.
The knight drops the sword, covers his eyes, but he's wearing these thick gloves that just clang metal to metal, and starts trying to rip off the helmet, and is doubled over doing this with the sword just fallen clattered to the ground. Do you pick it up?
I mean,
Violet's at the controls, and Enid is strapped to the bed. The child-sized bed, which you're very small. So
I kind of fit. Honestly, this kind of feels like destiny.
Listen, as the great book once foretold, there can be only one. So I'm going to grab the sword.
There can be only one. As you lift it up, you feel its power, and it's easy for you to lift. It's heavy, and yet it feels right within your hands.
I am immortal, and I have inside me blood of king.
Enid, you have been...
You also have the blood of us. Help.
Violet, actually.
Yes.
You are standing in front of the controls. There is a lever that looks like it's sending power to the Tesla coils. There's a button, a couple buttons.
You had me roll again for mechanical, and I got a hard success.
Excellent. Yeah, I saw you nod on that. So you're able to see like which levers go to where, and there's a button that's one's like towards the left bit, the bed on your left, which is the one Enid's in, and there's a button towards the bed on your right, which is the master.
So, in understanding like how electricity flows through current, I'm assuming that energy also flows through current if there's two beds and the conduit in the center. And so I would like to very gently fiddle with the machine so that it, instead of flowing out, it just flows in the energy if once activated.
Okay. That energy flows into the machine?
And nowhere out.
Interesting. Got it. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
So
Turn him into a gigapet.
it looks like it's already been prepared. Two of the levers are up. And yeah, you rolled that hard success, which was for mechanical repair. Give me just one more roll for that.
Okay.
And as you are you going to hit any of the buttons or levers?
I would have to hit some buttons, levers, maybe unplug, replug. But I've told Leopold that I need to recalibrate for his new vessel. I like to push.
Well, what happens is you pull. I won't allow you to push in this situation
that's fine.
because technically there's no pushing in combat, but there was cool before, so I ruled that it was fine. You pull a lever that has pipes flowing into it, or when you unplug the machine, and the pipe opens downward and water starts pouring into the room. It's actually spilling towards Enid. It's just like straight onto her face, sort of waterboarding her. Completely waterboarding her. It's just spraying you. You have to turn your face away, Enid. And are gasping for air.
Sorry.
Give me a roll for Constitution to see how you hold your breath.
15. I am okay. I think the reason this is okay, and like she's spitting in the water, and she's definitely getting waterboarded, and this is uncomfortable, but it is not sending her to a dark place. And I think because the moment she decided to lay on that table, she knew that even if it wasn't working, like even if her friends and her did not come up with a plan by the end of this important procedure that's about to happen, she knows at least it's not Arachne, and that is giving her some level of comfort. And I think that she believes truly inside of herself that she is going to be able to keep him out. And so she's cruising. She's overcoming a lot of fears right now.
Yeah, and also what is helping you is that none other than Arachne leaps to the table, in her spider-like pose that you've seen her crawling around and scampering and climbing. She climbs onto the bed and is hovering over you, blocking the water from your face, and said, "It's okay. It can be your special day today. That's okay with me."
Baby girl. Angel, you're gonna have so much cake for breakfast once we're here.
Cake for breakfast?
Every day.
And she just gives you a big smooch on the cheek and just nuzzles against you, and then gets right back up because she realized you were getting waterboarded again. So we have Violet at the controls.
Jumping water on Enid on accident, yes.
Trying to gain control as the master questions, "What are you doing there? Do you even know?" And Beulah is standing sword in hand on the other side of him as the master has cut eyes with you and locks in and says, "Put that down. Listen, this is not the time." And each of you stops what you're doing and feels completely immobile. Arachne, you can't even feel her. It's as if your skin turned to rock. Violet, your hands freeze at the controls. You reach for them and then they cramp into fingers curled into fists that you can't help. And Beulah, the sword, it suddenly feels heavy and it falls to the ground. Your hands are still on the hilt, but it is so heavy and you are utterly exhausted at just the thought of it. And that is where we will leave our story for now.